Alright, so here's a continuation from the last video here. Well, like I said, this one is going to be mainly about understanding the cooldowns and how understanding the cooldowns can help you learn to combat. Basically, if you understand when a cooldown is in place, you can understand when the opponent is going to use a skill again. Or an example, one of the most hated skills that the Tangman has is their Verti Dart set and the Summon Spirit skill. It's the ranged parry breaker. Now, it has a 10-second cooldown, and that's painful. 10 seconds is a lot of nonsense. It gives you a lot of fucking chance to turn the tides. Now, since you know that it takes 10 seconds for him to have that cooldown, you can then know that for 10 seconds you can block, and you don't have to worry about him breaking the parry, unless of course you run out of parry endurance, which you can fix your parry endurance by leveling meridians that give you more block rate, or just leveling your inner in general, which gives you also more parry endurance, etc. The Verti Dart set, I'm not actually going to go through the Verti Dart set, how you should use the Verti Dart set in this round. All I'm going to do is show you an example exercise that we are going to do as a group to practice understanding cooldowns, and we'll do this with multiple skills that have a long long cooldown, so that way you can kind of get used to the major ones, and then from there you'll get used to your own. And that's one of the benefits, again, of having an all Tangman guild, is that we can constantly practice against each other, so that way we constantly understand what we have, and we learn more about our own skill sets. Excuse me, I have to get my dog out of the room here. There we go. Alright. But yeah, this way you can master your own skill sets by training basically on a clone of yourself. Since we all learn exactly the same thing by watching these videos, we all know exactly what it is our goals are, and exactly where we are in terms of being a member. So, what Yan here is going to do, and yes, I just changed people. I had Shyvana go ahead and step away while I had Yan come back, so that way somebody else can have their 15 minutes of fame. But I'm going to go ahead and duel him up right now, and simply all he's going to do is block my attacks. And when he's blocking my attacks, sorry, let me rephrase that here. He's just going to block, and I'm just going to spam a parry break. And every single time I hit him with that parry break, he knows that there's 10 seconds until I can use it again. So all he's going to do is drop his guard just before it comes. Like I hit him with it right now, and you can see up at the top right here that his guard's broken. And this cooldown, once it finishes off, I'm going to hit him with it again. And now he's blocking again. I used it, it hit him, he didn't let his guard down, so it hit him, and now I can just sit here and annihilate him as a player. So his goal is to drop like that, just like that. You see how he dropped his guard and it didn't do anything to him? Let's see if he can get 3 in a row here, because he's done this before. Let's see if he's remembered. He did it way too early there. And when he did it too early, he put his guard back up, and so I was able to hit him with it. If you do that in a combat situation where you let your guard out too early, and they know that you're just spamming your guard, they are going to switch their tactic and do something else instead. That's what a smart player would do. So there, that one was good, but you also got to remember that if he lets that guard down too early, I can decide to stun him instead of use my darts. Or I can decide to just throw roses at him instead, the flying roses set. You did pretty good right there on that last one. That one was me. I was too late on that one. That was my bad there. But the other thing is, just because I'm spamming it right now doesn't mean this is how it works in combat. Obviously in combat, the knowledge that you want is when I can use it and when I have used it. That doesn't mean I am going to use it. So if I have 10 seconds on it, like right now, if I used it and I waited for the 10 seconds and he's expecting me to use it here in just a second, and then I don't use it, see, now he didn't block. Now I know he didn't block. So instead I can do that. See what I mean? So you have to know when it's okay and when it's not okay. Alright, so that's it for actually blocking the darts. Now, the other thing is the next video will actually be about verti darts and using verti darts. So for all you dart users in the guild who really want to get to know how to use verti darts, the advantages of it, and so on and so forth, smile for the camera. Smile, Thalax. You're on YouTube. You're on candid camera, bitch. Alright, so that's it for this video. Alright, next one again will be verti darts.